The day Hackensack almost vanished, the world never realized how close it came to losing both California and a quiet corner of New Jersey. Hackensack, of all places, on the day Lex Luthor nearly reshaped the United States with 2 stolen nuclear missiles, far beneath Metropolis, in a hidden lair of steel, shadows, and cold ambition. Lex Luthor revealed what he called the greatest real estate swindle in history. His plan was devastatingly simple. He hijacked a U.S. military nuclear missile and reprogrammed it to strike the San Andreas Fault. If it detonated inside the fault line, California would tear itself apart. Cities would crumble. The coastline would fall into the sea. And the worthless desert land Luthor secretly owned would suddenly become priceless beachfront property. But Luthor wasn't finished. To guarantee Superman couldn't stop him, he launched a second missile, a decoy, a weapon aimed straight at Hackensack, New Jersey, not for strategy, but to force an impossible choice. Superman arrived at Luthor's lair, only to be ambushed with a glowing kryptonite necklace. He collapsed to the floor, helpless, as Luthor savored his victory. But Luthor overlooked one thing. Eve Teschmacher's mother lived in Hackensack. When she learned where the second missile was headed, her fear overcame her loyalty. She tore the kryptonite from Superman's chest and freed him, but only after making him promise one thing: save Hackensack first. And in that moment, Superman chose Hackensack over the San Andreas Fault. He burst from the underground lair like a blue and red comet, racing across the country, pushing himself faster and faster until he intercepted the missile just seconds before impact. He wrestled it upward and hurled it into deep space. Hackensack was safe, but California was already shaking. By the time Superman reached the West Coast, the second missile had already struck the San Andreas Fault. The earth groaned. The ground split open. Massive earthquakes rippled across the state. Highways buckled. Buildings collapsed. And the Golden Gate Bridge twisted under the strain as cars plunged toward the water below. Innocent lives were in danger everywhere he looked. Superman dove into the chaos, catching falling vehicles, stabilizing collapsing structures, racing from disaster to disaster, with desperate, superhuman speed. But the true danger was beneath the earth. The detonation had torn open a giant fault line, threatening to drag the entire coastline into the Pacific Ocean. With no time left, Superman plunged into the chasm itself. With his bare hands, he forced the tectonic plates back together. His heat vision fused the fractured rock, and slowly, the earth began to settle. The shaking stopped. 2 missiles, 2 coasts, one impossible choice. And yet, Superman saved them both. Hackensack remained standing. California remained above water. And Lex Luthor's perfect plan collapsed under the weight of its own arrogance. Somewhere in New Jersey, Eve Teschmacher's mother slept peacefully, never knowing her life had been saved by a promise made in an underground lair. And Superman, ever watchful, ever hopeful, flew on.
You don't even care where the other missile's headed, do you?
Certainly I do. I know exactly where it's headed. Hackensack, New Jersey.
Lex, my mother lives in Hackensack.